Hello fellow IGCSE or GCSE students. Here is everything you'll need to know about quadratic equations. There's 3 ways to solve them. I'm going to walk you through slowly, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly everything about it. So what we are doing below is solving it. What is solving it? It means equating it to 0. So 0 equals to ax squared plus bx plus c. What this actually means is finding the intercepts, finding the values of x here, 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 and here. Yep, so now let's get started on the first method called factorization. Let's look at this equation, x squared plus 5x plus 6. We can first draw a box. I love to use this method, so I really encourage you to use this method. We have a few entries that we need to put. Don't do this in the exam, it's just walking you through right now. So this will be x squared. And where do we put the 5x and 6? We put the 5x here and the 6 here. So what we want to solve is this thingy multiplied by this gives you this. Similarly for this thing times this thing will give you 6. And then on this side, this thing plus this thing, so it's a plus here, will give you this. And what we'll do here is cross like this and then equate it this way. Okay, so this will work for method 1 really well. So let me walk you through. How do we get 2 entries to multiply to get x squared? We get x and x, right? X times x is x squared. Or we can do negative x, also brings us x squared. But first we do x when you see x squared. What about 6? We can do 6 times 1. Or we can do 3 times 2. Or negative 3 times negative 2. So which one do you think will work? Probably 3 times 2, right? Because let's look at this. What do we get here? X times 3 equals to 3x. X times 2 equals to 2x. And 2x plus 3x plus 2x will give you 5x. So we are done. And how do we equate it here? We need to look at this green bracket. This is how we equate it. And we will write this equation as x plus 3, x plus 2 is equal to 0. So we are done. Or are we done? We're not done, right? What does this actually mean on a graph? Well, this is our function, right? This is our function. We now factorized it to this. These two are equal. And we want the function to be equal to 0. So, as we can see, x squared is a positive, right? There's a positive 1 here. 1x squared is just x squared. So, if you ever see a negative x squared, then we draw a sad face. But here, in this case, we draw a happy face because x squared is positive, the term before it. So how do we graph this? What are the 2 values that are equal to 0? Okay, let's walk through. If you want this to equal to 0, what does x have to be? Without guessing and checking. Have a think. If this is 0, it doesn't matter what this is, right? Because 0 multiplied by anything here is 0. So as long as this is 0, this can be anything. Similarly, if this is 0, this can be anything. So what are the 2 values of x? X is negative 3 or x is negative 2. Does this make sense so far? Let's say x is negative 3. Let's sub it in. Negative 3 plus 3 will give you 0 here. Negative 3 plus 2 will give you negative 1 here. So what's 0 times negative 1? Equals to 0, right? So we are done. So negative 3 is correct. Similarly for negative 2, if we were to sub negative 2 here, this thing would be 0. This thing doesn't matter. So the logic here is at least one bracket equals 0. So now we have our two x values. X is negative 3 or x is negative 2, correct? Is it a sad face or a happy face? It's a smiley face, right? So it will look something like this. So we are done. These are the two values that you need to solve x. Now we have our second method, which is the quadratic formula. What is the quadratic formula? Actually, there's a song about it on YouTube. X equals to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. You don't need to know how this is from, but that is the formula. So let's solve this. If you were to try the method we did above, which is factorization, 2x squared minus 4, 3x, 2x, x, you'll see that it's impossible. Put 4 here, it's impossible. So this method will not work. So we move on to quadratic formula. Or if the question asks you for it, just plug everything here. Remember when we said the general form was ax squared plus bx plus c? Now, simply, we just plug in all the b and a's and c's. So what is the a, b's, and c's in this? From this, a is, 2, b, 3, c, negative 4. Okay, so x equals to negative 3 plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And when you plug that into your calculator, what will you get? You can try plugging it in. So you'll get x equals to this plus a square root of something, or this plus minus a square root of something. And these are your two answers, which you can then once again graph as these 2 points. So that's the easiest way. This one will work every time. So if you want to just do this every time, sure, go ahead. But I personally like factorization. Now for our final method, completing the square. This one people get confused a bit, but I will walk you through simply. So we have x squared plus 6x plus 2. If you were to try this thingy, you would not get the answer once again. So we have to do another method called completing the square. Or if the question asks you to, you have to do it. We first look at x and 6. Then we take it out. X plus 3. So we see that 6 is halved. First step is to divide by 2. Okay. So x plus 3. The whole thing squared. Whole thing. Then what do we do next? Minus the 3 square. So we bring the 3 and we minus it. Remember to minus it. We ignore the 2 over here for now. So this part is one thing. This part will be equivalent. Now we add back the 2 is 0. So once again, our first step, divide the b term by 2. Then put everything in a square. Then minus the inside thingy. Then we will get x plus 3 squared minus 9 plus 2. This leads to x plus 3 squared equals to 7, right? So what's x plus 3? Square root 7, right? No, not right. We need to do plus minus 7. Well, square root 7. Remember, every time you take a square root, plus or minus, okay? So we will end up with x equals to positive 7 minus 3, or x equals to negative 7 minus 3. So these are two values, and you can graph that, and we're done. So yeah, those are our 3 methods of factorizing and solving quadratic equations. Please subscribe for more, and hope you really understood everything, and good luck for your tests. You guys got this.